the one to give up easily. I wanted to get to the bottom of this puzzle. I met several bright youngsters from the left, the right, and the center at Sorbonne. I attended several conferences during weekends organized by the ideologues of these different philosophies. I spent quite a few evenings listening to passionate discussions over coffee at cafes in Latin Quarter, located in the 5th arrondissement of Paris. Seeking enlightenment on this complex issue, I even met Georges Marchais, the then head of the French Communist Party. I traveled extensively to various European cities to confirm if all Western European nations which had rejected leftism were indeed prosperous, its citizens had jobs with good income, and the quality of life was much better than what it was in my country. I found it to be so. I read many books on capitalism, socialism, and communism. The final nail on the coffin was my being incarcerated for 120 hours unjustly by the Bulgarian police on false charges of conspiracy against the People's Republic of Bulgaria, with a well-informed Bulgarian girl as my co-conspirator. The gendarmes said they were releasing me and banishing me to the distant Istanbul on a freight train, since I was from a friendly country called India. If these communist countries treated friends like this, I wondered what they would do to their enemies. I introspected deeply during the 21-hour journey, hungry and thirsty, alone in the guard's compartment of a departing freight train for Istanbul. I had already spent a hungry and thirsty 84 hours of incarceration. This brought the much-needed clarity to my mind about the ills of leftism. I was transformed from a confused leftist to a determined, compassionate capitalist. I defined a compassionate capitalist as a capitalist in mind and a socialist at heart. My deep introspection during the journey from Nice in Serbia, then Yugoslavia, to Istanbul in Turkey resulted in the following conclusions, which have remained steadfast even today. They are: 1. The only way a poor country like India can solve the problem of poverty is through creation of productive jobs with good income. 2. The only people who can lead the creation of such jobs are entrepreneurs. They use the power of an idea, hard work, sacrifice, innovation, and deferred gratification to create jobs for youngsters and wealth for investors. 3. It is not the responsibility of the government to create these jobs, but it is the responsibility of the government to create an environment that eliminates any and every friction to the success of these entrepreneurs. It is also the responsibility of the government to create a fair, transparent, well thought out, and stable policy regime to regulate the entrepreneurs and their companies, and to provide a level playing field for all market players. I came back to India, and pretty soon I set out on an experiment in entrepreneurship in Pune in 1976. The company, Softronics, was to develop software for commercial applications. Within 6 months of starting Softronics, I realized 3 major mistakes, 2 from my side and 1 from the government side. The first of my mistakes was not conducting a test marketing exercise to assess the potential market for software services in India. I discovered that there was hardly any domestic market for software services. Very few computers were used by corporations in India at that time. These computers were based on obsolete technology from IBM, or International Business Machines, and ICL, or International Computers Limited. The process for importing computers had been made very tortuous and torturous by the bureaucrats in New Delhi to protect ECIL, or Electronics Corporation of India Limited, a Government of India enterprise that made TDC 312 and